Sorry, I was putting in a piece of gum and I didn't want to chomp in your ears. Okay? Well, hello, Peach. Okay, no problem. Hey, Kelly Bain. Love you, Lufa. Apparently there's some crazy stuff going on in the news across the world that I was getting filled in on. But gather around because I had a few things to speak about, which I'm sure you can relate to here on YouTube, but also in the world. So gather around.
No, no chance. No, no dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances.
That's so cool!
I won! Yay! Ow! Ow!
Oh, my garage won't close and it's starting to... Oh, there it goes. Sorry, guys, I'm pulling out of the garage. Hey, Megan, I love you. Megan, Megan, I need to make you a moderator, but I'm always on StreamYard on my phone whenever I see you in my chat. Okay? Hey, Kimmikins, Lori. Hey, Angie, I love you, Angie. So you guys, you know the drill. And by the way, the other day when I was in my car, can you guys see my avatar or is it blank? Hey, support with Steffa, Candy Kisses, Glitter Princess. Because sometimes, again, I always say this, but I live down the street from Nicole Kissinger Park. For some reason, T-Mobile, hey Janine, T-Mobile, it just cuts out. I think there's still demons in that park. I don't know what it is, but it cuts out right there. Oh, you can see it. See, when I drive by, it's like everything malfunctions. I even feel like my car starts to feel weird too. Maybe one day when I'm going by there, I'll blow a tire and flip into the park with a triple axle in my car and dive into, well, they don't have a pond, but dive into the gutter, filthy, splash into it, the gutter puddles of the night. Anyway, sorry. So, first of all, let me ask you, and when it's safe to look, I will see, has anybody ever experienced any two-facedness going on here on the YouTube streets? Anyone? And I did tag some names in the title for a reason, okay? But we're going to be nice about it, okay? I love you, Megan. I hope you're doing amazing, and I need to check the mail. I know Voice for the Voiceless sent me something as well I need to check. Hey, Tia. Love you, too. Any two-facedness, and again, we are going by Nicole Kissinger Park here in a moment, so Satan might take over my entire being, if not my car. We may go flying into the night. Well, my head spins in my car outside of my sunroof, and I puke green slime all over my car, and I need to go through the car wash. Hey, Gulf Coast. Love you, Gulf Coast. Miss you. Hope you have fun in Disneyland. Oh, you've seen it. I'm sure you've experienced it as well. Let me ask you this. Has anyone experienced, like, because people say you can't make real friendships on here, and I literally have, I know it sounds crazy, but thousands of friends. Now, a lot of them are way closer. Like, I have my very close family, and I don't want to name names because, of course, I might miss some because there's quite a bit. But I've created with the people that I've fallen in love with on here, a family of people. Not all of them get along. Well, the close family does. When we fight, we get over it real quick. Hey, you can't make this up. Just like me and Jet's mom. Jet's mom is like my very much. And that's how it should be. And, you know, especially if you have communication. You know, me and her spoke about what had happened, and we spoke because we love each other. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back, Lori. It's because Nicole Kissinger Park. Hang on. Please hold while I pass Nicole Kissinger Park and let me know when I am back. Okay? I'll be back in a moment. Hold on. Let me turn off the... Okay. Making sure the Wi-Fi is turned off. Let me know when I'm back, guys. Peach, I'm back? Okay. basically what I was saying is communication is key when you have an issue with somebody, especially if you love them. Thank you. I'm back. Okay. And so I've often experienced, let me know if you guys have experienced, have you ever made a friendship on YouTube specifically and everything's great? You've never done anything to this person and all of a sudden they just disappear. They stop responding to your message. Like all communication is just gone. And then you see them somewhere where like they would never go as your friend, like in a chat. Hey, sweet Lulu. Has anybody ever experienced that? Good, Janine, I'm glad. Well, I have too. And I wanted to mention a few because recently I've tried reaching out to these people and I've got zero response. And one of them I seen in a place where I would never see them. So let me start with one. And again, I'm not calling out names to be mean, but this is because this person has cut off communication and I want to say how I feel about it so they can hear it. Kelly the Advocate was like a mama bear to me. She was like, she would always give me advice. We would always talk. And within the last month, she messaged me and said, hey, just so you know, I was in that Garfield Speaks, that BX Beast Boys chat, and I didn't realize where I was. And I wanted to say sorry and that I won't go there again and blah, 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 because she's friends with True Helper. I was like, no problem. You know, as long as you're not contributing to talking shit about me, no problem at all. And she's like, no, I'm not going to go. Missing in life, I adore and love you. And no, I'm not talking about you. And so I was like, no problem. Well, she said, well, I'm not going to go there anyways because True Helper has a problem. He thinks you don't take your sobriety seriously. And that's the reason I did the whole stream about True Helper. Okay. So cut to like, I start messaging Kelly and I'm like, you know, Kelly, this True Helper friend of yours is, I mean, hateful. He's in streams all the time talking about my sobriety. I've never met him. And, you know, if he keeps it up, then I'm just going to go on my platform publicly the same way and expose him for the things he's done to me. Well, cut to her sending me a message from True Helper saying, you're threatening to run a background check and blah, blah. I'm like, where the hell did he get that from? I didn't say that. And so we go back and forth. And then, you know, Kelly's like, oh, I love you. I don't want to get in the middle. And then completely silence. And I'm like, so I messaged her a couple of times, no response whatsoever. And then this is silly, but I know a lot of people get offended when you go in and you're like, oh my God, I'm not blue anymore. I don't have a wrench. So I went in and said hi in her chat. She ignored me and I noticed I didn't have a wrench anymore. I was like, okay, whatever. And I messaged her as normal, still ghosted and all that nonsense. Well, cut to a little bit later, somebody sends me a message saying, hey, isn't Kelly the Advocate your friend? And I was like, yeah. And she's up in BX Beast Boys chats, all supportive, all sweet, all kind. And it's confusing to me, you guys. Hey, Violet, because Kelly is somebody who was like, oh my God, nobody should ever make fun of somebody's sobriety journey. That's terrible. That's this. And as soon as she realized that this guy was doing that, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I won't go there. But then she's doing it. So that's the kind of shit. Hey, Andy, that's the kind of shit that is really confusing to me. Exactly. Hello, Starlight. And that's what I said in my video about True Helper is, and Kelly told me that, you know, she's like, he's a sponsor. He wants to help you. I'm like, well, first of all, why do all these people that do hate streams on me turn around and be like, we want to help you when you have no idea what my problem was and how I've overcome it. And that I did overcome it by myself. And I didn't need some stranger on the internet, hey, Jen, to help me. You know, it's like a passive aggressive way of kicking you in the nuts virtually. Hey, Sassy Pinky. So that to me is extremely confusing, Kelly, and disappointing because, you know, you get warned about people, but you give them like the benefit of the doubt and then they kind of disappoint you. And before I get into the next one that I tagged in this, I want to say too, I also had a friend on here I would talk to almost every day. We would message each other. Not So Basic Brooke. And this is going to get into some self-reflection as well, because, but Not So Basic Brooke is a moderator for Recline with Natasha. And me and her would talk every day. And all of a sudden she did the same thing and just stopped responding. And then Kelly, the advocate, messages me. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry about what happened with you and Brooke, but I'm still here for you. I don't want to get in the middle. And I'm like, what the fuck happened with me and Brooke? I don't recall anything happening with me and Brooke. I love Brooke. And see, that's the kind of stuff. And just because me and Natasha stopped talking, that comes along with all of a sudden there's sides that are created. So that makes me look like self-reflection at myself. Like, do any of you guys quit going other places because you think I'm going to get angry? And I've had plenty of people, like, you know, lots of good friends will message me and be like, oh, I just wanted to warn you and say sorry. Will you get mad if I'm in this chat? It's like, look, it's pretty cut and dry. If you're in a chat supporting and they're dragging me the whole time and you're supporting all up in that shit, of course, that's like common logic. But if you're just going somewhere, like it's somewhere I don't get along with, like whether it's Natasha, Mexi, the Glare, anybody, like anyone, I don't care about that kind of stuff. But if you're up in there, okay, I will, Diana. If you're up in there just like talking shit and stuff, like that's where people don't take YouTube friendship seriously, because it's almost just like they're a troll. And then it makes you wonder, do people just get close to you to like screw you over? So you got to be careful. You're a woman in recovery, clean and sober. So congratulations, Violet. It is Violet. And when it's people that you don't know on the internet, I mean, it still is hurtful because they don't know the things you've been through. But when you see people that supposedly care about you all up in that shit, like doing that, like that's where I draw the line. Really, like if you, Peach, I would never. I mean, it's because you have common logic and common sense and morals. I think it's pretty cut and dry. Like there's certain channels like Captain Kangaroo or BX. Because see, here's the thing about Kelly the Advocate. She didn't realize the things he did. But if once you realize what that person's doing to your friend and you still go over and support that, then I would say, yeah, that's pretty messed up. Hey, True Busy Mama. I'll be parked here, guys, in about 5 minutes or so I'll be able to read. All right, so the next one I wanted to speak about is Scarlett. If you guys don't know Scarlett, she's on Natasha's panel. Scarlett was, again, another person who I loved, and we would talk all the time, mostly through text message, but we've had great phone calls. I mean, she even donated to my legal fund a lot of money. And I mean, she's just a sweet lady to me. And then all of a sudden, again, once, and Jan, I actually want to say something in a minute, and it's not bad to you. Scarlett, Kelly did. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And it's crazy. This is what I've always spoke about, you guys. When you all of a sudden, stop talking to someone because you don't want to be on the fence side, you're going to feel really uncomfortable, especially when that person did nothing to you. And I did nothing to any of these people. So let's say I've done nothing to these people. And let's say me and Natasha did getting along again. Or let's say, anyone. They're going to feel really stupid because they chose a side. I don't just stop talking to somebody because one of my friends fights with them, because I'm always optimistic that they're going to talk again. And again, it's not my fight. It's not my problem. Amen to that, Amy. You just got to be careful, right? It's obvious the people that care, because even in your bad moments, they'll stick around. And I'm going to call my good friend Lokamai out on this because she's amazing. And lots of other people do this too. But the other day, Lokamai sent me a message even, and she was very loving and kind and was like, hey, I just wanted to remind you, about responding to people and how you do it. And she was like, there's a couple of times you've responded within the last month and it's been really good. But she's like, it's starting to get a little bit bad again. So just be careful. And she told me that because she cares about me. You know, she knows that there's trolls that want to get a really negative response out of me, and she was being very caring and honest and like, dude, you know, watch out what you're doing because you don't want to backtrack. And that's what a good friend does. And I have so many friends that do that on here. But yeah, so Scarlett, it's just confusing because, and it tells you a lot about people. It's not like you're like, oh my God, this friend's not talking to me. It's actually, they're doing you a favor. Oh, thank you, Violet. Yeah, that was my dog, Butters. Me and my ex-boyfriend, Cody, that was our dog together. And we broke up about 4 years ago almost. And I hadn't seen her in a while, so he texted me and let me know that our baby passed away. Yeah, but she was a great dog. So that, again, that tells you a lot about people. Hey, Angela, because if you're not doing anything wrong to somebody and they just automatically choose a side, in my personal opinion, that shows a weakness in somebody, and that also shows that they're not worth having as a friend, because they'll just turn around and drop you in a second flat without communicating with you. And that's not how I roll, you know? And I mean, that's what happened with me and Natasha. I told her how I felt and what I wanted to change. Now I do feel, I did feel like it was mean to, you know, pull up Miss Portland all the time, but that's before I saw everything Miss Portland's been doing lately. Miss Portland needs to calm the fuck down. But I still, you know, she's Miss Portland, and I don't, well, I'm not even going to get into that. But I'm going to say, you know, I spoke up about something and I was honest with the friend, and then they didn't like that. So that did become a problem. But I wish, and that's why my friends, my good friends, they do that. They do tell me when I'm fucking up and when I'm doing something wrong. And they will tell me when they have a problem, and we'll talk about it. People that aren't good friends and have poor communication skills, they will just disappear and drop off the face of the planet, and they will never, they just aren't good people, I guess. But I wanted to address those people specifically because I if you're listening, Kelly the Advocate, Not So Basic Brooke, and Scarlett, and anybody else that's done the same stuff, which there's been plenty more, I've never done anything to you guys or had any anger inside for you at all, and it would have been appreciated. Now I just kind of see how you are, so I just don't really care to talk to you. But it would have been very nice to have a form of communication, or possibly work on your communication skills when you have an issue with one of your friends. When you care about people, and especially when you tell them you love them, you don't just drop off and then go support people that drag them for things, their horrible things that they've gone through. Especially you, Kelly. I would expect a lot more from you because you do claim to be an advocate, yet you don't communicate with your friends who you say you love all the time, and then you go support streams that bash their recovery journey. That's just not okay. That's not cool. Hey, Candy Kisses Forever. So anyways, I wanted to bring up an example. Jan, where'd you go? Jan rocks. Where did you go? And I want to say this. Jan, so I saw you in Surviving the Storm stream, and at first I was like, I got confused, and I kind of got angry at you at first. Because that woman, I mean, she drags me nonstop. She has said so many lies and has never met me, and just, she drags the shit out of me all the time. But when I saw you in her stream, she wasn't currently talking about me. So I just wanted to bring it up to you that, I mean, that is one of my hate channels. I can't tell you where to go. And I don't know if you're aware that she drags me all the time. Because a lot of people aren't. That's why I don't want to take it out on people. Because some people, they don't know that these channels hate me. Unless you're somebody like Captain Kangaroo and your entire channel is me. Then yeah, if I saw you guys over there, I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, go fuck yourself. I really would. And I wouldn't feel bad doing that, because that is an entire channel that is obsessed with me, like single white female. obsessed, and it's just crazy. But just so you know, Jan, that is one of my hate channels, and I saw you in there, and I got confused, so I didn't know if you knew that or not. So I was just bringing that to your attention, because if you stuck around her channel when she streams anywhere from 11 to 21 hours per day, you'll see that probably 90% of the time she's mentioning my name and talking shit. See, in Candy Kisses Forever, I appreciate that. And, you know, some people, they'll just bring me up for a couple of minutes and then they'll move on to something else. Not everybody gets along, but if I saw somebody contributing to a conversation, for example, Voices Behind the Wall, like that chick, she's a nut job in my opinion, because she was another person a long time ago. She'd be like, oh my God, I love you so much. And she'd try to come up on my panel all the time when my channel was bigger than hers. And what I realized is there's a lot of people on here that will just love bomb you. They'll love bomb you for a reason. Some people have different motives, like maybe they want exposure for their channel, or maybe whatever it is. And Voices Behind the Wall was doing that until she grew her channel by obsessing over Summer Wells. But one thing she did is first of all, Alicia, my friend that used to be a moderator, Alicia, that's one of the most two-faced people I've ever met, because she would send me recordings all the time of people talking shit about me. And I'm like, wait a minute, how did you get this recording to begin with? And it's because she was having private conversations about me. Okay, so for example, hey Tia, me and Mexi, he used to have a moderator chat, and Nikki Rex, Alicia, Joy, and MJ's Life, they all made a separate one outside of that, and that's where they would all talk shit. Well, Alicia would tell me every time one of them were talking shit about me. Well, they just so happened to be in a private chat with Voices Behind the Wall, and she would tell me she loved me all the time in public and all this. Well, Alicia sent me so many messages of her talking mad ass shit about me all the time. So it's stuff like that where you're like, oh my God. And when I stopped talking to Alicia, I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a Valentine's Day stream where I dressed up as a Cupid and stuff. Well, I did a private members only video, and Captain Kangaroo has a picture of it on his channel. And he openly admitted, he said, yeah, Alicia is the one who sent me this picture, your friend. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I went to school with this crazy bitch. So it's stuff like that just really, it's hurtful, but at the same time, it's like, damn, I'm glad I can see how they are now. But Voices Behind the Wall, she talks shit about me all the time. And then as soon as I called her out on it, she goes into VX Beast Boy's channel and she gives him a super chat and says, well, now that he's going to be a dick, I'm just going to come and support you. It's like, well, fuck you too. I don't stay in someone's chat if they drag you, Robbie. That goes for all creators I go into. Yeah. And it's uncomfortable. For example, I messaged Alicia, Science Girl, because I was in Laura Life Perplex chat, and she was talking about, mean people on the internet, and I was contributing to the conversation, but I didn't realize she was talking about Science Girl. And me and Science Girl have got over our problem, so I immediately messaged Science Girl and said, hey, just so you know, you're going to see me in that chat, but I had no idea it was about you. See, it's all about communication. Oh yeah, Cher is definitely it's clear. Haven't you noticed how her attitude has changed since she grew her channel based on Summer Wells? Before, she used to be sweet. She used to kiss every creator bigger than her's ass. Armchair Detective, me, everyone. She would kiss their ass. But now that her channel grew, she's not doing that anymore. Hey, Gladys. And see, that's why some people I'm very careful with. And especially you guys, because moderators can block people from your channel and stuff. So I'm careful with that. And I test all the time. I remove wrenches and I'll leave one at a time to test and see if that person's messing with my channel, because you never know. And some people get offended. There'll be a new nice person in chat that'll come in, love bomb you. They'll stick around for a while and then be like, hey, can I have a wrench? And you feel bad telling them no, but trolls are trolls, and they can, I love you, Sky Maiden. And trolls will come in, and a smart troll would come in, become a part of your community, love bomb the shit out of you just to get a wrench to screw with your channel. And that's just the sad truth. I've had it happen to me before. Hey, German lady. Cher is just weird. That is correct information. She sure is. You've been watching me and MGL became friends. You were the first 2 creators you subscribed to. Aw. Yeah, Molly was the first one in this community that I did subscribe to. So, but yes, Dawn, I mean, it's sad, but you do have to be careful because people are hateful. They really are. What really confuses me is people that they just will obsessively make videos about you, and then they'll get like mad or offended once you respond for like 2 minutes. I've known Dorothy for 3 years, Robbie, but I am not two-faced because, as you all know, I understand that. Jan, I understand. It's just, to me, that woman is, in my experience, I've never spoke with her. She's blocked me when I've tried to communicate with her multiple times in her chat, through email, because it confuses me when people talk about me and they claim to know so much about me and they drag me nonstop, yet they're not willing to have a conversation about it. And then, so people who support that, I get very confused. You know, whether they're friends with them or not, it's like, it just makes you wonder, I guess. That does make me sad too, because I didn't know you and Cher weren't good. Just wish everyone. Oh yeah, Cher went straight over to the guy that. And first of all, I think Cher talks about her recovery. She went straight over to the channel that she knows makes jokes about my sobriety journey and my recovery all the time. He just did a diss track about it, which sucks, by the way. And she supports that. She went over and gave a freaking super chat. See, but Jen, again, that's why I'm like, I had to, when I saw you in Surviving the Storms chat, I had to pause and self-reflect and be like, okay, I can't get mad because that would be going against what I get offended by. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just get mad at you, especially like you just said, you've known her for 3 years. So, you know, as long as I didn't see you dragging me or anything or supporting that, then I have no right to tell you that, you know, not to go there. I'm starting a channel. I absolutely will come over. Candy kisses for sure. Hey, Amy Darcy. Hang on. I don't trust someone that keeps repeating how much they love humans. I mean, who really even loves humans? That is true. I love animals way more than humans. Hey, Kathleen. I hate seeing people bashed or attacked, and I worry about them being hurt or abused. Well, and a lot of people, I think they don't realize that, you know, people still have feelings that put themselves up on a platform, even though, you know, we speak our mind or seem strong. Like, everybody has a weakness, and mainly trolls try to attack that weakness. Love you, Christola. I mean, that's the point of a troll account, right? Is passive aggressively trying to hurt someone's feelings. Jan says, I will go where I like, and I always tell you that, but there's so much fighting on here between all channels. I completely know exactly what you're talking about, Jan, because you feel bad and feel like you have to explain yourself of where you're going. Amen to that, Rosemary. That's sweet. I was in enemy camp, but I asked them not to bash Robbie. Only one channel stopped. Yep. And that was Granny's watching, and she's incredibly sweet, and she's open to communicating with people, unlike other people. Don't start drama and then say you hate drama. Well, privileged, it depends on where the drama comes from, because drama is, you know, arguments, people disagreeing, all sorts of stuff, but it's about the way you address the drama, and it's called communicating. And so I would say about drama as people who don't have communication skills are the ones that keep it going. That's what I have to say about that. Recovery is a new life. God bless you. Thank you, Queenie in Fort Myers. I got to go here in a second. But hey, Chrissy, I'm scared to say anything, but in this chat. Yeah, and you know what? I've heard people say and boot people out and saying, we saw you in Robbie's chat. And Dorothy's done that. But Surviving the Storms has zero communication skills, because if she did, she wouldn't have all the problems that she complains about. And I can boldly and confidently say all the people that have issues with me right now and that I respond to, once in a while or sometimes often, those are the people that they don't want peace, and I've offered it. They don't want to communicate, and I've offered it. So they're the ones, again, whether I start the argument or they do, or I start the drama or they do, they don't want to communicate to fix it. So they're the ones that keep it going, period. Hey, Navigator. I'm about to hop off here anyways, and I hope the doctor goes good, Navigator. But again, it's all about communication. And hey, just Brit. And also, not only that, but I think people purposely don't want to communicate. And I've said this before, and I'm going to try to say it in a better, clearer way because I stand by this. I love you, Peach. Thank you. I love you. Is some people, I think they don't want to make peace. They don't want to communicate, and they don't want to fix the issue or address it with the people that they have an issue with or the people that they consistently stream about. And you want to know why? It is because they either lack a personality to be on a platform, they lack stuff to come up with, or they have writer's block what to talk about on their channel to get attention or attract people. And the only way that they've got attention is by fighting with people. And a lot of them pick fights with people, just like these people with me. Most of these people I haven't even met that make videos about me. And they will pick a fight. And I people are like, why would you message your hater? Why would you even want to do that? Well, because they have an issue. And I'm the type of person where it's not like I need you to like me, but you have an issue, so let's fix it. You want to say you want me to do things better, communicate? Well, I'm communicating with you to fix a problem, and you're denying me. You have communication problems, Lufa? If they don't want to communicate, they don't want it fixed. Exactly. But see, I think that's the whole purpose is exactly, Christola. And that's the sad truth. They are boring otherwise, or it's not just that they're boring. It's just that, I often say this, but again, I don't like to be off camera. I only do this when I'm driving and then parking and I have something important to talk about because I want to get it out of my system. But a lot of people, I think that they see people that are well-liked or that attract people with their personalities. And in my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, but the main channels that I truly enjoy watching are people that are on camera and are spunky and make me laugh, and you can see their facial expressions and you feel like you can connect with them. Now, that's not to say that I don't like people that stay off camera, but it's more interesting and I become more attached to a channel that is on camera, and you can get to know them and they're just entertaining. A lot of these people, I think they're not confident in themselves to be on camera. And so what they do is they start a channel, and they've seen, because it's got worse, you guys, and I got to go in a minute, but I have to say this. If you haven't noticed, since I've started YouTube, the hate channels, the commentary channels, the clip channels have grown. It used to be just like one clip channel in this community. You like that too, Kimmikins? But now it's grown because people see, oh shit, I don't even have to brush my teeth. I don't have to fix my hygiene. Hell, I don't even have to clean my house. Maybe their house is a dump and they don't want you to see it. but they don't have to take care of themselves, or they're not confident enough. So what they do is like, screw it. I'll just be a lazy streamer. I'll pick somebody that has a big following that's popular. I'll tag the shit out of them every day. And I'll just start a following by doing that and just like do a podcast style, and I'll never show my face. And it becomes successful. But whatever happens if these people, if their following wants to have a meet and greet with them or meet them in person or anything, you think they're going to do that? They're not, because they're ashamed of themselves and their actions. That's why 100% of the time they don't show themselves. And that's just my personal opinion. But anyways, guys, thank you for letting me rant. Again, I am not being hateful towards Kelly or Scarlett or Brooke or anyone. I'm just saying, like, hey, you're not going to listen to me or respond to me through messages and you completely ghosted me. Well, this is how I feel about it. And I think it's wrong to do that to people that you supposedly care about. So I love you guys. You don't like showing your old face. Well, Gladys, but you don't drag people either. I say that more so for the people that sit there and drag people and go after their looks on a daily basis and just make a pure hate channel, but they never once show who they are. I don't agree with that at all. Hey, Chantel, I'm about to get off of here. Yes, amen, Peach. Spread positivity. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to me rant. I wanted to do that in a positive way, and I think I did. So thank you. And I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
No chance. No